Hello, everyone. My name is Katy, and welcome to the Greenland Quilter channel. I hope everyone has had a fantastic day. Today, I'm going to work on Katy's Creative Chaos channel so long, and I've been looking forward to getting back on track with that because we haven't. It seems like it's been a minute since we've messed with it, and so I will refresh everyone's memories on what I'm talking about. And those of you who do know what I'm talking about, if you're sewing along on yours, I would really love to see where you are on your sew along. I know that Sherry was working on hers, and I believe Andrea from Mama J Enterprises was also doing one. So I'm not sure if anyone else was working on it or not. But yeah, I want to you know, I'm hoping that people that are working on it would like to share their pictures. Either email them to me at living.greenland2011@gmail.com, or you can send them, or you can go over and post them on the Greenland Quilter Facebook group. So I'm going to kind of mess around a little bit for like 5 or 10 minutes. Hopefully everybody will be coming in. Okay, so let me show you. I'm trying to get my screen set properly here, so bear with me for a minute while I get everything moved around. Um, yeah, so that oh boy, that doesn't look good. I have a flashing screen. That was weird. Something happened on my desktop or on the desktop part of my laptop last night, and I have some kind of something glued to the desktop, so it's causing me a little bit of heartache here, but I don't know exactly what it is. Sorry, I had to do that. Okay, let me see who's in the chat. So Robin Marie was the first one in the chat today, and then Jaja came in next. And you're probably gonna hear me sniffling a little bit. I'm so sorry. And hi, Cindy. Hello, Sylvia. Welcome, welcome. And Cindy Good. Hello. Hi, Laura. Hey, how you doing? I hadn't seen you about in the last couple of days. Are you doing all right? So yeah, that's where we're at. So let me show you what we've been working on. So to refresh your memories for the channel so along. As you know, we've been making 4 patches that we turn into 9 patch blocks. So that's part of the block. And then we've been making hourglass blocks. So for every one of these blocks, you're going to need 7 hourglass blocks, which are going to run down 2 sides of this block. Then you're going to need 1-inch sashing. Now, as I pointed out before, those of you who are sewing along, if you want to make your sashing wider, you're welcome to. I just chose to do the narrow one because I think it looks nice. So here's where I've sewn 4 of the blocks together so far so that you can have an idea of what this is looking like. And I haven't made a decision yet on how big I'm going to make this. I think I'm just going to keep on going until I get, like ready to stop with it, because I have a lot of this sew along was so that we would use up our charm squares, because I have 141 charm packs in this house. So there's plenty to get creative with, but this is what it looks like so far. And I think it looks interesting, actually. And I think it's going to make a nice quilt to go on a bed. Or, since it's so colorful, I am sure children would love it because it's bright and happy, and they could snuggle up in it. I mean, you can use it as a sofa throw, anything like that. It just depends on how big you want to get. Now, what I will do is I'll take the time here and measure how wide this is right now. So currently with this block here is about 16 and 3/4, I think. I'll remeasure that in a minute to verify. And I have sewn together one, two, I've sewn together 4. So I'll tell you what the size of this just by sewing 4 of them together is. So currently the width of it is 33.5 inches by, which it should be square, well, but I'm gonna make sure. 33, wow, that's interesting. 33 is, yeah, 33.5. So it's currently is 33.5 by 33.5 when you sew 4 together. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 4 across by 4 down. Yeah, 1, 2, 4 across by 4 down, and we'll see where we are because that makes it. By the time you add the sashing and everything, well, hang on, let me do the math here because you still have to add another sashing in between those 2 quadrants. So let me see what that's gonna come out to be. And of course, I can't find anything to write with, as always. So it would be 66 plus 1 inch. So about 67 inches. So if you did 4 across by 4 down, that's probably like a throw. Or, yeah, or a wall hanging. And then, so if you did 5 across, it should get us close to even a bigger size. So anyway, that's where I am on that. With everything that happened to me with my health, I hadn't been able to spend any time on this. I've been playing catch up since I got sick. So, and I'm gonna keep on trying. I probably will be playing catch up all the way till that. Hey, Teresa.
Hey, girly.
How are you doing?
Oh, not too bad.
Oh, good. So what I'm going to do today is I have already made 2 of these. So as you saw, I have
Oh, nice.
So currently, I have already, this one's already put together the way it's supposed to be put together for sewing together. Okay. So I have 2 more of these. So we're going to work on the hourglasses for this and get them attached. And if we have enough time tonight, maybe I can start another 9 patch for this to make where I'll have 4 more to sew together. I've already cut the sashing and everything so that it just depends on how much talking versus how much sewing I get done.
I forgot all about those.
Yeah, I know. It's like that's when you're like forgotten, and I don't want to drop the ball on that one. Okay, so let me introduce Teresa so we can give that usual spill. Tell us about you, your channel, and what you plan on working on today.
Okay, doke. Hello, everyone. I'm Teresa Louise. I quilt too. That's my channel name. That whole thing. I know it's pretty long. I'm gonna do a little bit of work on my collage quilt, which is a horse, and I do quilting, sewing, crafting, collage, a little bit of everything over on my channel. And yeah, I try to be over here with Katy now and then because it's just a lot of fun.
Yes, it is. I enjoy us sewing together. It's always relaxing and fun, and yeah, it's lots of fun. Okay, let me say hello to everybody that came in just a minute ago. Lisa said she sent everybody over here. Thank you, Lisa. Hi, Laura. Hello, Andrea. Let me see. It looks like um yeah, I already caught everybody else. Anyway, all of y'all, thank you for coming in. So I'm going to go through my little box here because I know I have some hourglasses already made. And also I was thinking that how many of you want to see me remake a 4-patch and an hourglass just to update you on how to do it for this so long? Andrea is working on a written pattern for it, and I think she said she was gonna make it so that you could do different. Hey, Andres, give us a spill on how you're writing the pattern. Not to be putting you on the spot or anything. because I've just been doing this out of my head. Okay. So let's go ahead and pick some hourglasses to go with this block. And I'm going to lay, what I'll do is I'm going to try to get everything out of the way on my desk here so that you guys can see me decide upon what I'm going to put, how I'm going to do the hourglasses for the first block. So let's lay this out. And this is the way it's got to be set because we're going to have sashing up here, sashing down here. Now I'm going to pick one block of the hourglass is going to be a cornerstone, and the cornerstone is going to have a sashing on the bottom of it and on one side of it because that's the way the pattern's working out to do. That way I can get everything to match up. You have to be really mindful of when you start sewing that long piece on, because if you don't, things are not going to match up. Okay, so let's pick a cornerstone, and I think I saw something in here I thought looked pretty cool. I like that one. There's a purple and pink. Where'd that purple one go? I just saw it right there with polka dot. Pink, this one, I think I want to. So I think I'm going to use this one as the cornerstone. And I'm going to turn it like this direction. And now what I'm going to do is I need to have 3 across here and 3 down here, which when you add the cornerstone, it makes 7. Okay. She said she was going to do several different layouts to choose from for the pattern. Yeah, I knew it was something to that effect. I just can't remember exactly what you said. Okay, so let's pick some blocks out of here. Okay, I think I would like to use this pink and blue down here. I'm just going to lay them out and then I'll decide on which direction I want to put them in. And then we'll put a turquoise one up here. Let's use this pink and green. Then we can, this one's nice. I need to put something in between these two. So let's put, let me see here. Find another one. Let's use this in between. We can use that one. And then I want to put a dark one in between these two. So let's put this with the pink gingham in between there. So now we have 7 layout here. I don't know if, I know it's hard to see everything because I have such a small space of desk. Let me see if I can move a little bit out of the way so you can see better. Okay, so we have all of this. So what I'll be doing is I'll be sewing these 3 hourglasses together, these 3 together. Then I have to put a sashing here on the bottom of this cornerstone here and on the right side of it. Then I will attach, after I've sewn all 3 of these together, it will attach to this side of the sashing. And then I will have some, once I get the sashing on this, I'll sew this one to this. These 3 I've already sewn together. And then we will sew this whole strip across. Hi, Gladys. It's good to see you. So, your quilt behind you is looking good, Teresa.
The friendship quilt?
The one you had got hanging up behind you, yes.
Oh yeah, it's all done.
Wow, look at that. That brown really set it, really locked everything in, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
That's outstanding.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it.
Okay, let's get to sewing. So I'm going to go ahead. Let me see if I want to change the directions of these. Okay, let me see. See how I want to turn these blocks.
Hi, Carrie.
Hey, Carrie. Welcome, welcome. All right, let's go ahead and start sewing these together. And I think I want to check my size of block, though, just to make sure we're pretty close to where we're supposed to be. It's supposed to be 4.5. Yep, they're 4.5. Okay, that's all I wanted to make sure of. Okay. Oh, I think I want to do it like that. Okay, so let's do this together like this. And then we'll turn that one around, I think. Yep, let's turn this one around. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start sewing them together. Hey, Lainey, welcome, welcome. So what is, Teresa, I've made multiple notes that I can recreate, says Laura.
And you can always go back and watch the videos. There's quite a few different ones of me and us making this friendship quilt. So, Katie, did you ever get yours done?
I'm up to, I think I have 6 blocks now or something.
Oh,
So yeah, I'm still working on it.
good.
I'm trying to catch up. I think I'm going to end up with 2 between the friendship block or quilt and this one I'm working on now. I'm going to have 2 very colorful quilts that comes out of that with me using all that bright happy colors. But I need to get back to work on this one because it hasn't been touched for, I don't know, 6 or 7 weeks. So, what have you been working on today or over the past few days? Let us know in the chat. And also, I have another question for you guys. So, there's 2 questions here. How many of you have walked out the door in the last day or so to try to see if you could see the Northern Lights? Because all of the entire country of the United States had some Northern Lights. And they had a map where they drew a line through where you could see it with the naked eye, where you could see it partly with the naked eye with the camera, and then the lower levels, which would be most of the southern part of the United States. If you walked out the door and you could see a haze, but you couldn't see the color with your naked eye, if you set your camera for night shots, your camera would pick up the Northern Lights. And all the way down to mid-Florida, central Florida, people were seeing Northern Lights, very bright red colors. So how many of you saw the Northern Lights last night? I think they're supposed to be just as strong tonight. So if you have time later tonight to get outside, please do. Because, you know, this is a great time to be seeing something phenomenal. Because it's not every day people in the United States even get to see Northern Lights. Except in Alaska, of course. But Canada's really been getting a big shot of it. We've had cloud cover here, so I haven't got to see any of them, which is usually how it goes around here sometimes. Andrea said she couldn't see them here on the Gulf last night. I was wondering, did you see something that looked like a haze? Because if you saw a haze, like there was a fog between you and the sky or a thin layer of clouds, it was probably Northern Lights. Because sometimes when I go outside, I can see a haze. And then when I take my camera and do a night shot, sure enough, there's Northern Lights sitting there. Because sometimes our naked eye can't always see it. She said she was looking when she walked her dog, says Robin. My Facebook is full of Northern Light pictures. Oh my gosh.
Oh, mine too.
I mean, it totally was blowing up last night and today.
We could actually see it better here the night before because we had quite a bit of cloud cover last night. So it wasn't as good as the night before, but.
So you got out and looked at them?
Yeah.
I'm glad. Isn't that the coolest thing ever?
Yeah, it is.
It's like, what more, you know, our planet does the most coolest thing. There's some, did you see any photos of what the International Space Station got of it? Oh my gosh, there's pictures from them. You can see all that red above the atmosphere almost. It's so crazy. Nikolai said he couldn't get out on the boat to look last night because they're being blown around by wind right now. So that wind that we were having down here made its way up there. So they're having fun. Apparently, they've moved into a fjord for a little bit of protection because the ocean is very angry right now. Lainey says they've been getting full moons. And then Andrea says, yes, it looked like it does when the Sahara dust comes in. Yeah, so that's Northern Lights. So if you set your camera to night shots on your phone, it will pick up those Northern Lights. And all you do is just point it at the sky, click it, and don't move while your camera's doing what it's doing. Oh, this is going to look good together, I think. I'm glad I made that choice. Wow, that looks nice. Okay, now we're going to sew these two together. So no one's been working on anything today? So what you been up to this week, Teresa?
Mostly laying on the couch.
Haven't been feeling good?
No. Nope.
I'm kind of thinking with all this atmospheric disruptions, it's been kind of, I don't know about you, but I feel like it's been a little bit affecting me because I was on a live the other day with it was Tuesday when we were doing that crochet live, and by the time the live was over, I had a nasty headache. And and I'd already had a little bit of one before I started the live. And then I had gone over to Andy's channel, and and Andy had a nasty headache too. And I had just seen her; she was just on my live with me, so I got to thinking about that. You know, with all the CMEs hitting our atmosphere, maybe some of us are, which is a known fact that some people can actually experience symptoms that they can't explain. Um, and I'm wondering if that's not what had me and her having a headache.
Could be. I had a little bit of a headache too, but
Yeah, it was like it just came out of nowhere, and it was a nasty one. It's like this feels like I couldn't decide if it was a migraine or if it was like because all of my pain was right up here on the front of my head and right above my eyes all the way to like mid of my skull, and my face hurt.
huh.
So I'm one. It could have been sinus too, some kind of pressure, you know, like pushing on it, like sinuses do when you have too much sinus. Something up gets your sinuses in an uproar because we do have sinuses up here on the top of our head. So I decided not to take migraine medicine. I just took ibuprofen. That seemed to fix it. It took about an hour, but I finally got it under control. Okay. Hey, Andy, it's good to see ya. Andrea says she's trying to get some UFOs taken care of this week. Jaja says she was just at work this morning, but now she's going to work on her second friendship. Second, you need to share pictures over on the Greenland Quilter Facebook group. She made all the units. Now she needs to put them together as blocks. And then Lainey says she's working on a Thanksgiving wreath. I hope it comes out good. Then Carrie says, laugh out loud, I was cutting fabric and had to concentrate. She is working on the Carol Thyland Stella blocks. I hope I said that name right. And then Sylvia says she's setting up 2 panels to quilt. She's going to hand sew patches onto the panels. And then, yeah, here we go. We're all caught up. Sounds like some are being busy. I'm going to steal a little bit of starch out of this bottle since I can't spray this starch because I'm allergic to it. Stick it in my little thingy.
Oh, yeah.
I just make sure I don't get it on me because it'll put me in a sneezing frenzy. Ooh, that was too much. This one's been in this bottle, I think, for like 2 years now. I discovered I was allergic to it, so I couldn't spray it. Seems that starch is a problem for me.
Yeah. Some starches are for me too. Like that one, it's not, well, supposedly not really a starch, but it's called flatter.
Uh-huh.
And I can't.
Wow, so
I
that
can't
one
stand
causes
that
trouble.
stuff.
That's interesting.
It really messes with me. It's the fragrance that they put in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's artificial stuff. Thought about if I could buy some unscented and just use it for the little pen, just no spraying, because I don't want that stuff in my lungs. Let's not give another reason to mess up more of my lungs, you know?
Right.
The longer I stay off of oxygen, the better. How's your husband doing?
Oh, not too bad. He's down taking a nap.
Are you going to do
It's his
anything?
nap time.
Oh, okay. Are you going to do anything for Turkey Day?
No, just the normal. Hang out at home.
Okay, we've got this piece
Figure
done.
figure out what to cook.
Just hadn't figured that out yet.
Yeah, probably gonna cook a ham. I'm not really crazy about turkey.
I don't make turkey for Thanksgiving. It's ham and chicken hen. That's my go-to. It's always been that way because I don't care for turkey that much. All right, well, I want to make sure I line this up right. Where's my ruler? I think it's interesting how this does not line up. There's nothing I can do about it. It's just going to have to be like that. Oh, I know why it doesn't line up. It's because of that. So if I put the sashing, maybe I should put the sashing on this top of this, and then it would, that's a good idea. And it would get some sashing out here. Then it would line up like it's supposed to.
Hi, Jaja. Hello, Denise.
Hi, Denise. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Jaja. What did she say? Maybe this is a silly question, but they have a bunch of turkeys for sale at the grocery store, Katie, like they have here in the state. No, every now and then you'll see turkeys in here, but they're like maybe 3 or 4 of them they'll have in here, and sometimes they sit in that case forever because I guess people don't know what they are. And I don't like big ones, so that's why I haven't bought one. And now I love duck, so that's my thing. I'd rather eat a duck now. Turned out that I really like duck a lot. But Nikolai's not going to be home on Thanksgiving Day, so I'm not cooking. I thought he was going to come home the same day he got off the ship, but now it turns out that he's going to spend the night in Sissymoot on the 27th, and then he's going to spend 2 nights in Nuke after that. So he's not coming home when he was supposed to come home.
Well, that's a bummer.
Yeah, but it's okay. As long as he's home for Christmas, it's more about as long as he's home for our 15th wedding anniversary, it's okay. It's all good. The life of a sailor. So I'm okay. So I'm going to go ahead and have my live. So there's that. Might as well, since he's not going to be here.
Yeah.
Although I think when he gets home, I'm going to see if I can't get all I need to get to make an Italian cream cake. And I think I'm going to make an Italian cream cake for Christmas, because we haven't had one in forever. And I know that there is tons of sugar in that, but that cake is yummy, and we haven't had one in a long time. At least 3 or 4 years. I don't know, maybe up to 4 years now. I just haven't cooked them because it's a lot of work to make an Italian cream cake.
Huh, I've never had one.
Well, there's the egg whites. It's all about one thing. It's all about the egg whites. You have to whip them stiff, and then you gently fold it into the batter.
Yeah.
And you have to like fold it in, because if you disturb it too much, the cake will end up being wet. And normally it's a 3-layer cake, and it uses Philadelphia cream cheese and white sugar, the fluffy sugar, for the frosting. And it has pecans in the cake and in the frosting. What did I do with this?
That sounds pretty good.
It's very good. I love it. And it's been passed down generations in my family. I've changed the recipe a little bit. Normally it has coconut in it, and I don't like coconut, so I took the coconut out, and the cake is still just as yummy. So my kids let's see, my mother's mother made it. I think her mother before her made it. And so it's like 4 or 5 generations of that cake being made. It turns out that when I did a little research on that cake, it seems that someone created the recipe, and or it started in Texas or something, if I remember right. But it's one of those very decadent cakes. It's so rich, and it's sweet at the same time. And so it's like you eat one piece, and then you're like, okay, we're not going to eat another piece for a few hours. Or you might be a sugar fiend and just totally binge on it, and then regret binging on it. Denise says she is making bags. Do you watch Mona Did What? Yes, I watch her from time to time when I can catch her lives. She's usually live on Wednesdays, I think. Carrie says, I have trouble with certain scented products also. Lainey, let's see. Jaja says, dang it, we will keep you company. Thank you. Okay, let me see if I can find a picture of an Italian cream cake. because I don't know that I've taken any pictures. I might have a one when I've made them. But let me see if I can find one. Shouldn't be too hard to find a picture of one. And I'll tell you what's in it. It has like, I think 6 eggs. It has eggs, butter, buttermilk, pecans, the different leavening agents that you put in because you're using cake flour or plain flour. The cream cheese itself or the frosting is Philadelphia cream cheese, confectioner sugar, and vanilla. Italian cream cake. But it's not from Italy, I can tell you that much. Now some people make it all fancy like that, but I don't. I put the pecans in all of the frosting, so there's pecans all in the frosting. And I thought I just saw. And this one looks like they made it as a 2-layer cake. Yeah, they made this one a 2-layer cake, but normally you make it as a 3-layer cake. That's what it looks like. Let me see if I can find a 3-layer one with the frosting on it. Looks like they 3-layer, because the recipes usually cover for 3 layers. You usually use three 8-inch round pans. Ooh, that one looks pretty on the top. Trying to find a picture of it. That's interesting that I can't find a picture of it. Oh, wait, this might have a picture. Yes, it does. Here's what it looks like as a 3-layer cake. You see, you can see the pecans intermixed with the frosting. They got all fancy on top, but that's how I made it. I make it like my mom did. She mixed in the pecans with the frosting and then spread it on. So that's a 3-layer cake, and that's an Italian cream cake.
Huh.
And when you cut it open, you can see the 3 layers with the frosting in between each layer.
Looks good.
It's very yummy. It's a little bit expensive to make because you have buttermilk involved, a lot of eggs, the cream cheese.
And the pecans.
Yeah, the pecans is what make it the most expensive.
Yeah.
But it's well worth it because I made it, what I would do is make it for Thanksgiving, and I would make it for Christmas for us and the kids. And then I taught the kids how to make it, and every now and then they make it at home now. Seems that my oldest daughter, Eric's husband, her husband Eric, he's taken to making the Italian cream cake, and they cut it in half, I think they take a quarter of it out, and he takes the rest of it to work with them and shares it with everybody at work.
Oh, nice.
Okay, now let me retry doing this. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm trying to show you both parts of this. All right, let me put all this stuff out of the way because I'm going to go ahead and put one side of this on. There's my other leader. I keep losing leaders. Okay, so I put this sashing right on top of this first row, and I'm going to put it on the side here, okay? And I'm going to make sure that, or try to get everything to line up. And I need to press this in the other direction, looks like. Wait. Yeah. One of these has got to go. Or I know what I can do. I can press the seams open. So hang on a minute. I need to press seams open. Because there's going to be a lot of bulk, but you have lots of seams going down the side of that sashing. So you want to try to get it as flat as you can when you're joining everything together. What I miss is having access to Comstock cherry pie filling because I love cherry pies. They don't have that here. They have some kind of cherry topping that goes on. They sell a lot of it during the holidays, and I guess they put it on top of pancakes or something. Or on top of rice pudding.
I do not like rice pudding.
I don't either. It's
And
weird.
I don't like cherry pie.
Now, cherry pie, when I would do my baking day before Thanksgiving, I would make 2 pumpkin pies, an Italian cream cake, and 1 cherry pie. And I was the only one that ate the cherry pie. The kids wolfed down the pumpkin pie, and I never touched it. I liked cooking it because I like the smell of it, but I don't eat pumpkin pie.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about pumpkin pie. I can eat it if it's got a lot of whipped cream on it.
Oh, I don't put whipped cream on mine. That's interesting.
I usually make a rum cake.
Oh, I've never had one of those.
They're they are really good, really good.
I have to try one.
And I have Brandon's mom's recipe, so that's the one I use.
Well,
It
that's
takes a lot
cool.
of eggs too. It's like 4 eggs.
Yeah. Some cakes are just expensive to make, but they're well worth it because of how they
Mhm.
taste. That's why you only do it like once a year because, or twice a year because, my goodness, the
Well,
amount of
yeah, and
sugar.
this one you spend like 3 days putting the frosting on
Yeah.
because it's a rum sauce stuff, and
Yeah.
you brush it on the cake,
Oh,
or
wow.
or you drizzle it. You poke holes in the cake, and then you drizzle this rum, buttery rum. Well, it's sugar, rum, and butter. So
Jaja says she's booking a flight right now. Save me a piece. And then Robin says that would be a trip to the hospital for her because of diverticulitis. Yeah, that's because there's nuts in it.
all those nuts.
And then Sewing Wolf said you could use, yeah, I know that, but I can buy buttermilk and I'd rather just buy buttermilk. Sewing Wolf, what's your first name? I've been fortunate enough that at least they sell buttermilk here. And I always have some in the house because I use it for other things too, like for pancakes and biscuits.
I just put vinegar in my milk, and
Yeah, a lot of people do that. I prefer the milk.
I just don't use it very often, so it would rot in my refrigerator.
Well, you should be able to buy it like by the pint or even a quart.
Yeah, I think it's like a little jug, quart jug.
Yeah,
You can
because that's
buy it
how I
here,
always
but
bought it.
I still wouldn't use it enough.
The buttermilk we have here is packaged the same way regular milk is, so it's not sitting in the refrigerator when you buy it, and you refrigerate it after you open it, and it can sit in the
Oh,
refrigerator for a couple of weeks. And when Nikolai's home and I open it, we usually get it used up within a few days because I'll do special little things with it. You can also soak chicken in it. I don't do that very often though because I feel like they're making the chicken too fat.
yeah, and catfish.
Oh yeah, yum.
Yeah, because that'll help get that fishy taste out of the catfish.
Mhm. Yep, brining with buttermilk's fun. Makes the meat tender. What about, wait. Hi, Noreen. Noreen is sewing whoop. I'll try to remember that. And Jojo says, I was just going to ask you that. How do they sell and store their milk? Yeah, I'll show you what it looks like because I actually have some in the fridge.
I've never bought milk that is stored outside of the refrigerator.
Over here, that's how it is. So every time I come home to the States, I buy a gallon of fresh cow's milk just so I can drink it because I don't really care for the regular milk here. But they come in, and the reason this one's in a plastic bag is because this is the only carton of milk that doesn't have its own little screw top on it. I don't know why they don't put one on it, but it comes in this size of a container.
I have seen cartons of milk like that.
Yeah, this one
Yeah,
just doesn't happen to have the screw on top on it like the regular milk does. So I put it in a plastic bag.
they had some of those. Oh, I guess it was last year at the food bank. And I think they were like 1% milk or something.
Yeah, they sell all percents of milk here. They sell whole milk, um, low fat milk, and then there's a 1% I think I saw. Um, and then the buttermilk, and then they also have lactose free milk as well.
I'm surprised that the native people over there can drink milk.
I think they use it mostly in coffee and, well, the kids get it from cereal. But
Wow.
I also see cereal being, it's an odd thing over here. Cereal is also eaten with yogurt.
Yeah,
They pour the yogurt on top of the cereal.
yeah. I do that with like granola and yogurt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
But
don't think most adults, well, except my husband. My husband drinks milk like it's candy.
hmm,
He loves milk.
yeah, Brandon likes milk too. I hardly ever drink milk.
Yeah, I don't drink
Unless
milk.
I'm making a smoothie, then I use milk, but
Now, when I'm in the States, I tend to buy white milk and chocolate milk. And I use the regular milk to just eat cereal because I'll buy Rice Krispies or whatever because I'll have access to it. But because I don't eat much sweet and sugar cereal other than I love Fruit Loops. I'll eat those. But I try to be good about that when I'm there. I don't, if I'm going to do it, I do it one time and then I'm done.
mm, I hardly ever eat cereal anymore.
Okay, I got this all pinned on here and let's sew it. See how it
If I,
turns.
yeah, I don't.
Jaja says she likes granola.
if I keep cereal in the house, Brandon eats it like it's a dessert, you know, late at night after dinner.
What about the eggs? What do you mean, Jaja? And then
How
Denise says
they're stored.
they're refrigerated because they have to come from Denmark. There's talk about wanting to have our own chicken house here, but I don't know if that's going to come to fruition or not. I sure wish it would because I get tired of going to the store and there not be eggs there. Since the pandemic, it's been that way. Denise says, I'm not that disciplined, Teresa, to wait 3 days adding the rum sauce. I add about 30 minutes after pull from the oven and then slice a piece while it's still warm. Yum. And Carrie says, I always keep buttermilk on hand. And Jaja says, like a granola. And then Jaja says, yes, how they are stored. Okay, yeah, they're stored in the fridge. And egg prices here has not changed in forever. It's just everything else has become the price of gold.
Our egg prices finally went down. They're about, last time I looked, it was like $3.20, something like that.
That's good.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be getting back on track with the eggs, maybe with all that bird flu and stuff. You know they don't have bird flu over here.
That's good. Did somebody say something about that rum cake that they can't go through there?
Denise, I think it was Denise. Yeah, it was Denise that said something.
Yeah, Brandon usually can't last that long either. He'll take a piece the first day, and I'm still trying to add the topping. So, and then he wonders why the first piece tastes different than the, piece on the third day. I'm like, because you don't wait. It's something I have to hide, I guess. Hey, Terry. Yeah, like granola.
Hey, Terry, check your email.
Yeah, if I get eggs from my neighbor, farm eggs, you don't have to store those in the refrigerator as long as they haven't cleaned them. You can, I usually leave them in a cool, dark place, like if you have a pantry or something like that. And they last a long time. But those store eggs, you have to refrigerate those.
Yeah, once they've been refrigerated, you can't undo that.
Yeah, you can't undo that. So.
And they can keep in the refrigerator for a long time, 2 or 3 months. I mean, when I buy eggs, I always buy them with dates that's like 2.5 to 3 months away. That way, but right now I'm out of eggs because I've been eating a lot of them because I've been lazy and not want to cook. So eggs and green beans or something like that. That's what I'm eating.
Eggs and green beans?
Haricots, yeah. I make a stir fry haricots, fry the eggs and eat it together. It's yummy. I know that sounds very weird. Okay, now I need to put.
Yes, it does.
Hey, when you're by yourself and you don't want to cook, there's all kinds of things.
I wish I could eat eggs. They're okay. I'm allergic to them. They're okay if it's like in a cake or mixed in with something, but just to eat a fried egg or scrambled egg, if I eat too much of it, it gets me all flared up. That's why I don't get flu shots or anything like that because of the egg.
Maybe it's a different Terry that I'm emailing back and forth with. Hmm.
I can't see that name from Canada.
Hey, Dubrovka. She says, good afternoon, Katie in chat. She's from Croatia. Terry says, Teresa, I'm allergic as well. Can be in a cake or in a recipe, but not just to eat an egg. I'm glad I'm not allergic to eggs.
You know,
I have more of a reaction to drinking milk than I do eggs.
And it's weird. Even growing up, I did not like eggs. You know, my mom used to make eggs for us kids every now and then, and I did not want to eat them at all.
Oh, that's
So
interesting.
I'm wondering if I was just allergic all the time and my little kid body knew it.
Possible.
Yeah. I mean, I would hide the eggs as soon as mom would leave the kitchen. I would either get one of the other kids to eat them or try to hide them someplace in the garbage can so mom wouldn't see. That's how bad I did not want to eat eggs.
See you later, Carrie. Thank you for dropping in. And Dubrovka says she loves eggs and sewing. That makes two of us.
And they make me burp.
They create gas for you.
Yeah. But I wish I could eat them because they're so good for you. Lots of protein, you know.
Mm-hmm. And they're easy
But
to make.
that's
I
the
mean,
way to
I've
go.
had reactions to eggs, and I think a lot of times when I have reaction is because someone probably when they were moving them from point A to point B after being refrigerated might have let them get warmed up again. Or the egg, there was just something wrong with the eggs to begin with.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen all the time, just once in a while. And we a lot of times Nikolai will boil eggs that we'll take hiking with us because it's a good way to get energy back when you're hiking.
Mm-hmm.
Simple, you can sit down and eat it with a can of tuna fish. Because we do that a lot. We'll take canned tuna fish in water and boiled eggs with us. And when we're out hiking the whole day, that's what we're snacking on.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. I almost forgot to hit that button. And I'm like, wait, it didn't cut the thread. Well, it didn't cut the thread because I forgot to push the button. What is the deal with this? This is not lined up right. Time to do a little surgical fixing without ripping it all the way apart. Katie, are the eggs very expensive where you live? Let's see, it's 35 kroners for 13. So let me see how much that is in US dollars. DK to US dollars. $5.45 for 13 eggs. No, 15 eggs, sorry. So that's not, to me, that's not bad. And it stayed that price almost the whole time I've lived here. And every so often they'll put them down to 25 kroners. And when they put it down to 25 kroners, I'll go buy like 4 packs of them. Hi, Lori. Welcome, welcome. Let's pick this out. I need to reline that up. I didn't think it felt right when I was going through there sewing it. You know how sometimes when you're running something through, you're like, that didn't feel right. And then when you open it, you're like, oh, no wonder.
Mm-hmm.
The block's coming together though. You see it?
Oh, yeah.
It looks good.
Yeah, it looks good.
Just got to get the top half on it and we'll have another block made. I'm hoping I can get at least 2 of these done tonight, which will leave me with needing 1 more to do another set of 4. You notice you know who's been a little quiet, right?
Yeah.
I fed her right before I started the live.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
But sooner or later she's going to need to OUT. Has it gotten cold there, Teresa?
It's cold. It's about as cold as it is for you.
Any snow?
No?
No snow here either. It's kind of weird because right now today's temperature, let me see what the bot says versus my laptop. Okay.
I'm just going to enjoy that while I can because I know it's coming.
Yeah, same here. So right now, according to the bot, it's 40 degrees Fahrenheit, 4 degrees Celsius. The wind's blowing from the east northeast, which yes, it is, at 9 miles an hour, and the humidity is 60%. And my laptop is saying, oh, they match for a change. Both the laptop and the bot is saying 40 degrees. So yeah, the lake isn't going to freeze this month, I don't think. And when I was outside last night looking for northern lights, I could see a haze. So I took some pictures with my camera, and yep, they were there, but they were purple and the colors that our naked eyes can't see for some strange reason. And I could hear the wind blowing, making the lake water hit the bank because we're that close to the lake. And I'm like,
Hi, Lori.
I don't think it's going to freeze anytime soon. Half of Greenland had flooding conditions last week when all that wind was going on. We had, I guess it was a king tide or something. And so all of South Greenland had flooding going on, and in just about every town and village. And then up north, it was Sissymoot had flooding. And I think Nikolai said that Umanok did too. Where's my, oh, there's my tweezers.
Hello, Linda.
Hi, Linda.
Did you see Lori? I think that's Lori.
Yeah, I said hi to her.
Oh, okay.
How are y'all doing? She says, Lori says, congratulations on your milestone. Thank you. It's sure moving along.
Yeah.
It's a little bit frightening, to be honest. The little person inside my head is like, yeah, it's not going to stay like that. And I know that's ridiculous to think like that. But I think this channel has had a good year. I'm really amazed by how I think I'm doing really a lot better with how I've been doing things, and I'm happy with the progression I've got out of it.
Yeah, I think you've had a really good year for sure.
Yep. And when I go back and I was watching some of my older videos the other day, and I'm like, golly, I have gotten a lot better with how I talk, and I'm not hiding behind my hair or
You're more at ease.
yeah, I'm at ease. I don't look like I'm stiff, you know.
Yeah.
And I noticed that the last, I guess, 3 or 4 months now, I'm not having that little issue that I was having. Like about an hour before I knew I was going to go live, it's like, I don't want to go live. I don't know why I felt like that. And my stomach would be doing flip flops, you know, and I would
Yeah.
just ignore it and go live anyway. And 30 minutes into the live, I wasn't experiencing it anymore. And now I'm not having that little whatever it is.
Huh. Hi, Jess. How are you today?
Hey, Jess, how was your day at school? Okay, let's see if that looks better. Yeah. Okay, let me go over here and press it. I have something funny to tell you. Well, it's not funny, but Nikolai called me today on the phone. It was lunchtime, I think, is when he called me. And he said that the office had called him, asking him if he would stay on board for another, for at least a half a tour. So he calls me and he's talking to me about it. And he says, I said, so does that mean, I said, does that mean you're going to be out for Christmas or something? And of course, first thing I'm saying is, you know, you have got to be home for our 15th anniversary because I am not going to be happy if you're not. And then he says, well, I just wanted to see what you would think about that. And now I know your answer. So anyway, he decided that he felt like he should come home just in case I had some kind of rebound with my pain. He didn't feel comfortable because he didn't know exactly when he would get into port and get home. So he's made the decision not to go. But it's interesting how the office sometimes tries to get some sailors to stay because they actually work.
Right.
So apparently the first mate's not going to be on board or something. So, and Nikolai's a first mate, so they were asking if he would cover for this person. So hopefully he's going to just come home and not stay. He sounded like he planned on coming home. Yeah, Sylvia, it's like stage fright. And Jaja says maybe it was the jitters. It's the weirdest thing to experience that right before you're going live. And you know, when I do tour guiding, you know, you do tour guiding during the summer months, and then you have all this time off afterwards. And so, like the first day you're going to go back to work to do tour guiding, I have the same jitters. And then once I start talking to that first group, I'm totally past it. As soon as I open my mouth and tell them who I am and where I'm from and who I'm married to, and then get on with the safety things. And by the time I finish the safety talk, then we're off and going. and I forget completely about having a butterfly tummy. And my boss got a phone call from one of the cruise ships, and they had nothing but good to say about me.
Oh, good.
She called me on the phone to tell me about it. I'm like, they said that? She says they did. Every group that I took out that day were really impressed with how well I did it. So I'm getting pretty good at it.
Well, good. That's great.
Yep. Thank you. Sorry,
Bless you.
I had to sneeze. Got up like that today. This little sniffle. And I'm sorry about doing this so you could hear it. We cannot help our body functions. Hi, Rita. I hope you're doing good. She says, hi, everyone. Just been sitting, listening. Figured time to stop lurking. And she used one of the emojis, the polar bear. You guys that have paid membership, there's some cute little emojis that you can use when you're talking. I think the narwhal's the cutest out of all of them. Have you seen them, Teresa? Oh, she got walked off.
I don't know. I haven't looked for them.
Can you see the chat?
Yeah.
If you cannot, here, I'll share them with you so you
Oh,
can see them.
there's a polar bear.
Yeah, Andy just shared all the emojis.
Oh.
Those are all the emojis for the members.
Oh.
Dubrovka says, Katy, you're doing an excellent job with your channel. Your information is very interesting. Thank you. And Jota says, bless you. Thank you.
Hi,
Hello,
Rita.
Pescatarian Gardener. Welcome, welcome. Can you remind me what your first name is again, please? I want to know what pescatarian means. I think she might have told me once.
Hello, Melissa.
Hi, Melissa. It's good to see you. I'm going to have to blow my nose again. Okay, let's get this sewn. Andy, are you feeling any better? She's been put on a new medicine and stuff, and it's kind of giving her a little trouble, I think.
It's somebody who only eats seafood.
Okay.
Terry says, we eat fish. Okay.
Melissa said I had the best omelet today. Ham, avocado, and Swiss. Yum.
Sounds
and
good.
So Terry says that she does not eat meat. And my first, Quintella. There we go. Hi, Quintella. She says she does not eat meat and she don't mind repeating herself. It means someone is listening and interested. Yes. It takes me a couple go arounds to get names locked into channel names. Oh, come on. Why? She says, I'm okay today, but a lot of adulting. Uh-oh. Is Jason feeling better? Jason's been sick with some kind of respiratory crud. Ooh, this is hot. Your horse is coming along,
Thank you.
Teresa. She said, yes, he bounces back fast. That's good. I talked to Thomas the other day, a couple days ago. He's going to go have Thanksgiving with his oldest sister. They're meeting in Alma, Georgia, because her husband has family there, and they invited him to come down there for Thanksgiving.
Oh, nice.
So it's going to be great for Blaze because he'll get to see his Auntie Lynn and hook back up with his cousin Ava. I'm so happy about that. That means they won't be staying at home by themselves, you know?
Right.
Okay, we got that part done.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
Yeah, it'll be the first time he's got to spend any time with family in a while. Okay, now that's going to be this is supposed to be oh, I wanted it that way. We want this to be, no, I don't want the pink next to it. Oh, the pink's not going to be next to it anyway. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Oh, I know why, because I put that here. That can't be right. There should be another one. Huh. This one's not right. Okay, it's okay. It's all good. It's all good. Dubrovka, I am working on the channel so long called Katy's Creative Chaos that we started back in February. and I'm a little bit behind, and I'll show it to you so you know what we're doing. And Teresa, you're working on your horse, right?
Yeah, I'm working on a collage quilt horse. Yep.
I have a feeling I forgot to trim down these half square triangles. Oh, I did.
Is that a better view?
Yes, look at that. It's coming along so fast. Wow. I noticed that, is there like a two separate sheets there?
There's 3.
So when you get ready to put it all together, how do you do that? You sew it together or what?
Yes. Well, this is all going to lift off as one piece.
Okay.
And then I'll lay it on top of a piece of fabric
Mm-hmm.
and then iron it down, and then I'll quilt it.
Okay.
Yes, I have my own channel. Here, let
Yep.
me
And
put,
you do it either, or am I doing it?
I'll do it here real quick.
Okay. Okay. Teresa has a wonderful channel. For those of you who haven't been over to her channel, you should slip over there and subscribe so you can watch her videos and stuff.
Yeah, I would love to have you. I'm usually live on Sundays, sometime between 1 and 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I know that's, it used to be 2 o'clock, but I'm thinking about seeing if I can change it to like 1 o'clock. I think I'd be more awake.
Yeah, because you usually take an afternoon nap, right?
Yeah. I'd come on earlier than that, but there's a lot of people that come on live on Sundays.
I know. My once a month, because we do it at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you're not even 8, 7, 6, that's 5 a.m. your time. And I'm surprised that people are awake that hour. But we only do that Sunday thing once a month. It's hard for me to have to get up that early. It's not early here. It's 11 a.m. I have to get up at 9:45 to do the live. But that's early for me because I go to bed so late.
Ooh, coffee sounds good. Oh, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it.
Thank you for that.
And thank you for the heart. That's sweet. So I'm working on the nose down here, or the lips, like, around the nose part of the horse.
Whew, that's hot. Now we are going to sew. I don't know what's happened here, and I am not going to stress about it. Normally they would be sashing right here in between this corner block here, but for whatever, only thing I can figure out, I don't know, let me measure this part. Maybe I didn't trim down my half squares, which I'm thinking that's what I didn't do. No, they were 2.5, so I don't know why this one's bigger for some weird reason, but I'm not, it's okay. It's all good because you're not even going to notice it when you sew it all together. Anyway, this is going to go on this top part here. I'll sew the whole thing on. And then Dubrovka, I'll show you what I'm working on here in a minute. What is called Katy's Creative Katy's Creative Chaos. And what it is I asked people, the ones that are sewing along, to use out of their stash, out of their charm packs, because I have too many charm packs in my house. And you can make scrappy quilts with these charm packs. And this little solo is coming out to be very interesting and fun. Teresa, is that all made from fabric, says Dubrovka?
Yes, it's all fabrics, and they're all batiks. It's a fabric collage, they call it. So you cut up little pieces of fabric, kind of like puzzle pieces, and you lay them down, wherever you think they go.
Rita says, so anyone want to let me borrow their legs so I can go to the store? Haha. I hate days like these. I'm so sorry, sweetie. Someone did a video a couple weeks ago talking about aging and that our legs are the first thing to go when we age.
That's why it's important to keep walking.
Yep.
Walking, doing squats.
I can't do squats. My knees won't let me. Hurts too much. And I don't like the pain that it makes. So I don't do them. But walking I'm fine with. Too much time, I think, squatting when I was working in the garden, my garden in Florida, because I was always bending or squatting down, or a lot of times I'd end up sitting on the ground because my knees could only take so much of it. Always had trouble with my knees for some weird reason. But you couldn't keep me out from going outside, being out there digging in the dirt all the time.
Yeah, I used to do a lot of gardening too.
My kids would come outside and say, Mom, aren't you going to come in and cook dinner? And I'd look at the clock and I'm like, oh crap, it's 6 o'clock and I'm still out here. It wouldn't be unheard of, like if they've gone off with some friends, and I'll be out there until it turns dark.
Yeah.
And I would start it like at 10 o'clock in the morning. I just get in the zone and lose track of time because I loved it so much. Rita says, this for me started when I was 15 years old, yet I was able to go through the U.S. Navy, and up until 8 years ago got worse. Now 6 spine surgeries later, and it is what it is. Hi, Jean. Welcome, welcome. And Dubrovka says, wow, that's beautiful. Sure looks hard to do. I know I want to do like that horse she has up on the wall. I just don't know if I have a skill set to do it.
Those?
Yeah, those are so beautiful. I love how you use the colors.
Those are collage quilts also, and they're actually a pattern by Pony Whitney. And that's called Summer Breeze, I believe is what they're called. If you want to try and do a collage quilt, I recommend starting out with something like those that are hanging up on the wall, because while they are very time consuming, they're easier than this technique that I'm doing right now. And yeah, they're just easier. They give you a lot more directions of where to put certain colors of fabric and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Rita says she is going to do a mystic dragon with a collage fabric.
oh yeah, I would like to do a dragon with.
Dragon would be fun, yeah.
That would be fun.
Too.
I should see if I could draw one.
This makes total no sense why this happened this way. So you guys are about to see something that's happened here, and I don't know what I did. Something I must not have measured right. I don't know. But when you put it in the grander scheme of the quilt top, it's not going to matter. Look what happened. Can you see it? There's not a sashing up here to make that corner block.
Oh, I didn't notice it.
Because when yeah, some strange, but it still looks fine.
Yeah.
And you're not going to notice it when we sew it all into everything else. So for Dubravka that doesn't know what this is about, in February, I started a channel sew along using charm packs. And basically what we're doing is we're making 4 patch blocks that we turn into a nine patch block. And this is before you put the sashing on, it's 12.5 inches. And then we're also making for every block, for every one of these blocks we are making 7 hourglasses that's going to go on 2 sides of the 9 patch block. This will, and you put we're putting sashing in between, and this will make this 16 3/4, I think, which I need to measure that block that didn't have the sashing in there. And then I've already sewn 4 together, so you can see how it looks when you start sewing them together. And this is with 4 blocks sewn together.
Oh, cool.
So it's going to be a cute, pretty little quilt. So that's what I'm working on. And I'm hoping we can finish this up in the week we started it in February, which I'll look and see when we actually started this, because I said it was going to be a year-long project. So we will not finish it until, let me look and see when I actually started. I started it in February. I thought I started it. Oh, yeah, I started it on February the 20th. So we will finish it in the 3rd Thursday of February. So I'm not rushing to get this finished. This will be one of those, I'll spend January working on trying to get it, most everything put together. I'm thinking that when I get all of these put together, I'm going to put a border around the outer perimeter of the entire quilt, because there is lots of seams along the outer edges here. And when you have that many of them, it's a good idea to put a border. And I think what I'm going to do is put a 3-inch border on it. I think that's big enough. And I'll use the same color I have here as the sashing for the border. Now I want to see if this block that ended up without a sashing is the same size. Because if it's not, we're in trouble. Oh, look, it's the same size. Isn't that funny? How I managed that, I don't know.
Huh, that's weird.
But it's crazy. So I must have not trimmed down. Maybe I didn't trim down the half square triangles or something. I also should measure this because this is the next block we're going to work on putting hourglasses with, because I already had another one done. So I'm going to set it up the way I did the other one, or maybe it had something to do with the way I put this sashing on. I don't know. Who knows? I don't care. It's going to look good either way. And Dubrovka says, very nice, Katy. And Jaja says, it looks great. And Melissa says, it looks great. And Rita says, I see nothing. And then Dubrovka asked a question. Teresa, do you glue pieces of the fabric on?
You use a fusible webbing, and I'm using heat and bond, and you put that on the back of your fabrics. And then you cut out a piece, pull the paper off, and iron it down. This is the little iron that I use. It's a little craft iron by Clover.
Did you buy that at a craft store or did you buy it from somewhere online?
The iron?
Uh-huh.
I've got it from Amazon.
Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm getting 7 more hourglasses out. Y'all, look at this. Isn't that pretty? That looks so cool. Let's see. We're going to
Thank you, Linda.
And then let's use this. So this quilt is going to be very scrappy, and that is the goal here, is to make it as scrappy as you can make it. So I don't have any when I started sewing all these together, I was just pulling charm squares together and turning them into either 4 patches or hourglasses, and that's what you see here. I've already had some made, so I can continue on, so I can show you guys where I didn't have to use the time to make them in the live. Can fill them in the, oh, we're about, oh, we're getting down to the 4 patches. What do I want to put down? Let's put you down here on the end. Okay. And everybody, I hope you can see that. Can everybody see that okay? I know it's very cramped in here and it may not make a lot of sense. So this is the corner block, and then I have 3 here and 3 here. You have to have 7 to attach to this bigger block. And I used 1-inch sashing to go in here. Walmart has those irons, says Rita. Branka says, hey, Branka. She says, just finished block 24, a blockhead 6, now to lay it out. Oh, I can't. Hey, maybe you can share it over on the my Greenland Quilter Facebook group so I can see it. Hey, Linda. And Linda says, your blocks are looking great, Katy, and that horse is beautiful, Teresa Louise.
Thank you, Linda.
All right, so I picked out 7 more. So let's get to sewing them together, but I do want to measure these blocks just for the sake of seeing if I had done something wrong here. Well, they're 4.5, so that just doesn't make sense. Oh,
Ooh.
I know what. Oh, Oh, wait.
Like I've got a storm coming up. The wind's starting to blow.
I think we're going to get a bit of rock here soon, and it's not going to be fun when we get it. Because we really, other than that wind from the south that was being annoying, you know what? I'm wondering if I couldn't trade. No, let's not. We're going to leave it the way I had it. Okay. All right, so I'm going to sew these together first because I need to put a sashing up here at the top so that I can line things up right here. Hey Cynthia, she says, I have never seen those irons until I saw you using it. And then Rita says, I do not know Scrappy stuff. Oh no, I never do Scrappy. Now I'm going to go hide. She knows Scrappy. She's just messing with us.
Yeah.
She's our comedian in the channel. I finally am getting her jokes. But when she first started doing, I'm like, wait, are you, didn't know what to think. She'll tell you she knew that I was like, huh, what? But now I get her jokes. Just, humor is so hard for me. Rita says, I am putting all setting for the motor blocks and getting them sewn together. I want to see yours too. I hope you'll go share it with us over on the Facebook group. If not, email it and I'll put it on the community tab to share. Those, speaking of those, if you're not a Facebooker, because I know there's a few of you out there, you can send me an email with your pictures and I will post your pictures on my YouTube community tab. That way you and everybody else can see it. Rita says, ha, 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 ha. The look on Katie's face at first was beyond funny. Had that look of, do what? She's right. Like, what is she talking about? Rita grows on you. We need to get you back on a live, woman. You miss your humor. Everybody tell her she needs to come back on alive.
You need to come back on alive.
You need your funny face on here so you can tell us jokes. Or make a joke. Okay, let's get this pressed. First we need to, yep, that looks fine. Teresa, did you know I'm up to 21 blocks now on the 1,000 blocks?
Oh, you are?
Yeah. So I bet you haven't seen this block. This one is really in your face. I don't know what I was thinking, but it looks very cool. Check it out.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one. Yeah.
Oh, I'm wondering if I shouldn't have switched the green for the pink and then did the pink portions in green, but it looks great.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. It is very, hello.
Yep, it's like, see me? I am not going to go down without you looking at me. Cynthia says, come back on a live, Rita. We miss you, or she misses you. She says, me? Funny? No, not me. Cynthia says humor and sarcasm are my family's love language. I have to say that being on YouTube has helped ease I've gotten where I don't get in defense mode so easy. I think it's been helpful.
Yeah.
At least I'm sure everyone's seen a bit of a change in me over the last year. I'm not so defensive or hiding kind of thing, you know. It's easy to be on a keyboard and talk to everybody in the chat, but it's harder when you're face to face, when you're looking at yourself while you're talking.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta like yourself.
Yeah. The first time I did the live, I'm like, is there any way to get rid of looking at myself? Because it definitely is daunting.
You could always turn your phone.
Yeah, well, I'm not on I only use my phone for this part where you can see what I'm doing. The one that's looking at me in the face is my laptop.
Oh.
Rita says, yes, I definitely see a big change, Katie. It is so wonderful. Oh, thank you. Rita says she has not been on a live due to, well, ignoring pain is sometimes hard. Yes, it is. And then doing those coughing fits is a major pain. Oh, I didn't know you were having respiratory issues. I didn't see you on, yes, I did. Never mind. I was about to put my foot in my mouth. Katie, you have a great laugh, and that is wonderful to hear, says Rita. Thank you. Rita, are you going to be is I don't know if I've ever asked. I don't know if do you have kids? Because I never asked. I was wondering what you were going to do for Thanksgiving. I know someone's going to have to come cook for you. My stomach is making noises because I haven't eaten nothing today.
You haven't eaten today?
Nope. You know what time I went to bed this morning?
No.
6:30 a.m. I think.
Oh my goodness.
I was awake all night long last night. So I was asleep until a certain hour this afternoon, and I didn't even think to eat. I fed Nora though. I did do that. I'll eat something after the live. Usually I don't hear my stomach making noises. That's very rare when it does that. So I'm going to make something. So we've been going 2 hours now. We're doing good. Are you going to put a Christmas tree up, Teresa, or are you just going to live vicariously through everybody else?
I have one of those little tabletop Christmas trees.
Mm-hmm.
And I put that up every year. And I have a really tall, old-fashioned Santa Claus. I put him out.
Oh,
And then I
nice.
have some quilted Christmas decoration things. I put those out. Yeah. If Brandon wants to put up a tree, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
But he always wants these great big trees, and we really don't have room for a big tree. So unless he wants to put it downstairs, and
Yeah. Do you
course,
have
then,
high enough, do you have high enough ceilings down below to do that?
yeah, we could go, well, we could go at least 5 foot because I'm 5 foot. So,
Oh, cool.
I mean, I'm 5'5", but so yeah, I think we could do like a 6 foot tree down there.
Awesome. Okay, I need to cut another short sashing, which needs to be 4.5 inches.
Oh, and I like to put out Christmas lights. Those are always nice.
When I first moved here, you might have seen one or two houses with lights on the outside. Now it's turned into a thing with a lot of places having lights on the outside.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But every house nearly has a star hanging in the window, and it gets turned on. I forget what day it gets turned on. And I'm sure that Nikolai's gonna be like, because I think the star gets turned on at the end of this month sometime. I need to find out from him. Because he'll be, if I don't, he'll call me, have you turned that star on yet? No. Will you please turn it on?
So that's a
Because
thing there.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's a thing
turning it-
about the star. Yeah, it is. But when I ask him what is the meaning of it, he doesn't have an answer.
hmm.
Something to do with Advent. And if I didn't know better, it has to do with the Star of David, maybe. No, sorry, that's wrong. The star, the North Star that the
The Star of Bethlehem.
yes, that the shepherds followed to get to find Jesus in the manger.
Right.
I think that's what it's got to do with. Let's see. Rita says, cook for me? Not happening. My kids both live in Oregon. Unfortunately, have not seen or spoken to either one in 20 years. Aw. I couldn't imagine not talking to my kids. We already have a big gap of when we talk. But my oldest daughter with her husband and my youngest granddaughter are going to come see us this coming summer. And I am so looking forward to that. I have housing for her here in town. All we got to do is find housing for all of us for Ilulissat. I'm going to try to find a house that we can all share together because that makes better sense. And maybe spend all the nights in a house except for maybe one night, and then spend one night in cabins right on the ice fjord so that we all can experience that, because I think that would be fun to sleep in a cabin right there in front of the ice cap. They look like igloos, but they're made of some kind of, I don't know if they're metal or what they're made of, but they're little small cabins.
Hmm. When are they coming?
It'll be in July. I don't have an exact date yet until she gets back to me, because I need dates from her so I can find us lodging in Ilulissat. And when Nikolai comes home, we have to have a plan of how we're going to do this, because um, we're researching flights too, because it might be cheaper for her to fly into Copenhagen and come that way than to fly straight in on United Airlines to Nuuk, because when I looked at the price of an airplane ticket from Nuuk to Newark, I about had a cow. $1,000 for a 2-hour flight? That's
Wow.
just highway robbery. They can get a round trip ticket for $500 or $600 if they go through Copenhagen. And since our runway will be ready by the time they come, they can straight shoot from Copenhagen to us. So they won't even have to go through Nuuk. So if they come to us first by doing Copenhagen, then we could take the passenger ship up the coast to go to Ilulissat, which is a 2-day trip. And then they can see almost all of the West Coast, all the way from here to Ilulissat. So we'll pass, we would leave from our town and then pass Narsok, Pamut, Nuuk, Sissimut, and then I think there's a couple smaller towns in between those areas that they stop and pick people up. And then we get off the ship there, and then they can fly it. They can go back home by flying from Ilulissat back to Copenhagen, then back home. And then Nikolai can go back to work. If we schedule it just right, he'll go back to sea, and then I'll just fly home by myself.
Okay, Katie, I gotta go.
Thank you for coming and hanging with me.
Yeah, it was fun. Thanks for having me.
If you want to sew tomorrow and you want to hang out, you're welcome to come tomorrow too if you want.
Okie doke.
I'll send you a link just in case.
Okay, that'd be great.
Thank you. Do you want to say anything about your channel one more time?
No.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, thank you for coming tonight.
My channel is Teresa Louise. I quilt too. Come on over and see me. I'd love to have you. I'd love to have you. So thanks for having me, Katie. And it was good to see everybody. You guys take care. And maybe I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Thank you for coming, sweetie.
Bye.
Bye. And I'm going to share Teresa's link in the channel. So if you've never been there, you'll know where to go. Okay. Now I have these done, 1, 2, 3, plus the sashing. Now, set this aside. And we're going to sew these 3 blocks here because I'm going to see what's going to happen when I sew these together. Okay, let's sew these 3 together. I just need to make sure, oh, that got turned around wrong. I need that turned like that. And this needs to be turned like that. And this one needs to be turned this way. Okay, there we go. Teresa Louise, is that a peacock feather on your shirt? Uh-oh, she missed that question. Katie, when are you live again? I will be live tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon, 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. And tomorrow we will be working on block number 22 of the 1000 block. And I will show you in just a second what are you, and just in case someone else leaves here, let me show you what we're doing tomorrow. We're going to do block number 21. No, 22, sorry. And it's called Northern Flare. And this is the block that we're making. And this is the block layout. That's what we're going to do tomorrow. It looks complicated, but it really isn't. It has a lot of rectangles and stitch and flips that we're going to be doing. So it's just you're going to have to keep up with a lot of pieces. But I'm going to try to get most everything parts of it pre-done so that I don't, well, we'll see. The goal is to get I'll have all of it cut tomorrow, but then maybe I'll do also some pieces so I can give you and show you an example of what we're doing. And then we will sew the whole thing together. She says, I gotta go. I have a meeting to be at. Have a good one, Cynthia, sorry. So 4:30 Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. I accidentally called Cynthia Alex yesterday on Williams Live. Boy, I felt bad about that. Anybody got plans for the weekend? If you do, what are you going to be doing over the weekend? Ooh, stop. Nora, get off my foot. Oh my God, it kept on going. She uses my sewing machine pedal as a pillow. See, when you have the presser foot up, it doesn't move. But as soon as you put it down, it starts sewing. Have a Dubrovka says, I have to go to supper time here. See you tomorrow. Thank you and a great chat. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you. And have a good dinner or supper. Okay, now we got that. Ouch. That is very hot. Okay, so we got that one done. Jaja says, just plan on staying home and working on quilting my friend's quilt for her birthday. It's going to be raining all weekend. That's a good thing to use for rainy days, sewing. I know one of the things you could be doing on a rainy day, sleeping. Rain makes me want to sleep. Something about hearing raindrops on the house. Okay, I need to go in on the other side, looks like. Hi, Sherry. In for a few minutes tonight. It's good to see you. Nora's chirping. We all know what that means. Someone's going to start raising a ruckus here soon. Yep. I fed her before the live started, so now we all know that she needs to OUT. You're gonna have to wait a minute, baby girl. I'll put you out on the tie down. Do you need to go shoo shoo? Do you need to go shoo shoo? Yeah, that's a yes. Is that a yes? It must be. I will be right back. I'm gonna put her on the tie down. I think she realized that her taking off got her in big trouble, and now she has to be on a tie down because she took off like she did the other day. Scared me half to death. That's right, Rita. Nora's like, "Hey, mom, it is my attention time. I need the restroom." Yep. She really scared the living daylights out of me the other day, though. I thought I had lost my dog. So no more going outside by herself, or no more going without a leash on her. Because normally she would stay in the yard, but that day I don't know what got into her. I don't know if it was because the wind was so bad and she caught a whiff and she followed her nose, which Dachshunds are famous for, or what got into her. But boy, I was really upset with her. I made her sleep in her own bed that night because I was really not happy. Nothing worse is to think you've lost your dog, your only dog. Because it's going to be outside. Okay, now we got this part. Ouch. Okay, let's get that block back up here because I need to check something here. Okay. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew this side on first because I'm going to determine whether I'm going to we're going to see what we do about that sashing on this side. So let's go ahead and turn this over and we're going to join this whole side together. I have one of my Sharpays that is an escape artist. Haha. She doesn't go anywhere but runs out around outside the fence and drives Baron wacko trying to catch her. Just glad the street has minimum cars. Yeah. I mean, there's not a lot of cars this time of the night here either, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't scare the tar out of me. because there could have been a car and I wouldn't have known about it. And she would have been, she's black, so you wouldn't have even seen her until you ran over her. Um, Wait a minute. I need to do something real quick. I need to press open the scene because if I don't, I will probably, will I regret it? Yeah. Well, yes, I will. Okay, now we can sew this on. Okay, which way did I have this? It's this way. All right. So now we can pin everything on. Rita says, mine is a typical Sharpay with an attitude to match. She doesn't let strangers near her, but she likes to play the intimidating thing. Dotsons have this streak in them. They have this stubborn streak where they decide on whether they want to listen or not. Now, I don't see it so much out of her, just once in a while. But when I had the Ichi, you definitely saw it in her. She had two sides of her. One is like, I'm going to follow my nose regardless of what you want and take off running. And she was fast too. She would haul butt down the road. By the time I got in my car, you wouldn't even know where she went. And then usually it was a rabbit that she would catch a smell of and she would just take off. Because we lived out in the country far enough that where I had my horses at, that there was areas where there would be rabbits. Thing about rabbits and dogs. Y'all are very quiet. We should talk about the poll in a minute, but I got to go get Nora in here in a minute. Don't want to leave her outside too long on the tie down. Dunny does not run. She just lets Baron almost reach her and then walks off so he cannot get her collar. Yeah, that's one of those, I'm going to tease you and you're not going to kiss me. Coda used to do that. He thought it was funny to play, walk up to him and as soon almost he'd get up to him, he'd take off. The other thing is he liked playing keep away with his ball. And he intentionally would do that. He'd go fetch the ball and almost get up to you like he was going to give it to you, drop the ball, look at you, pick it back up and run off. And then run in circles while you're saying, come here. And he's just looking at you like, I'm not going to come. Took me a while to train that out of him. Because when you're fetching, when you're throwing the ball in the water and you want him to bring it back to you so you can throw it back in the water again, be right back. Hi, Robin. Nora, where are you? Come on, come on. You can do it. You can do it. Good girl. Good girl. All frisky because it's all chilly outside, huh? Chilly outside, so you're all frisky. There's your ball. Get your ball. Good girl. Good girl. That's our good girls. All right, let's sew this. Oh, where's my leaf? Oh, there you are. Hey, Quilters 24, 824. Hey, Janet. I just saw your name on the end of that. Sorry. Let me see. Everyone is so quiet. Yeah, they're not talking. They must be distracted by something. I wonder what they're distracted by. Maybe they're eating dinner. We definitely want to talk about that poll. Let's see how many people's voted on that poll so far. We have 31 votes on that poll so far. Jaja says she's still here. And she says she's laying out blocks. And then Robin says, had to get a new pair of readers. Hog broke my last pair when he took me for a drag. Oh no. Going to have to be careful, Robin. Andrea says, I am sewing. I haven't figured out how to type and sew at the same time. And Sherry says she's listening in. Oh, this looks good. Good, good, good. All right, let's get this pressed. Okay, we've got the side on. Now, let's see what's going to happen with this and whether I get to put a sashing here or not. Because that was interesting that that last block did that. Very strange, in fact. I have a feeling we're going to have the same thing happen with this one, looks like. Yep. No sashing's going to go on the top. I don't know what I did different. That's so weird. Must have been something I did when I was, maybe it has to do with the way I did the sashing this time. Maybe that's what changed everything. It's okay though. It's all good. Hi, Melissa. She says, hey, Katie and everyone. How are you tonight, Katie? My mom and I always enjoy watching your lives. Oh, that's so awesome, Melissa. I'm doing good. Actually, I've had a really good week this week. Robin says, Sherry, I'm on row 11 of 14 with the 3/4 inch hexagon. I want to see where pictures of your work so far, Robin. And Rita says, then again, I could sew in chat, just have to turn on the program and it types for me. But one drawback is types what it thinks and I say not what I actually say. Yeah, I know what you mean. My phone does that, especially if it doesn't. I don't know if it's because of the way I talk, but sometimes it hears a word that I wasn't what I meant. These blocks are, I think these blocks are going to be so cute. Or I mean, the whole quilt's going to be beautiful, I think. But I could be insane too. What are you whining about? Sorry, but you've been fed, you've been taken out. That's all you get. No. Mommy's not done sewing. Sorry. What do y'all think about this block so far? Y'all like it? Okay. Where is the poll? Oh, up top of the chat, Sandy. If you're on your phone, trying to think how you see it on your phone. Does anybody know the answer to that that's watching on your phone? How to see the poll? Let her know because I have no idea. Rita says it looks nice. Robin says excellent. She said, Jaja says she likes it. The poll's right at the top. You'll see where I made a pinned a comment, and then up there it has a poll that has to do with what is the meaning of catharsis. That's the poll. Touch the 3 dots on the side, says Robin. And Jaja says it is a black banner on top of the chat. Sherry says, got mine done. And Andrea says she loves it. Why are you talking? Why are you chirping? My little chirp girl. No, go get in your bed. Where's your ball? Get your ball. Get your ball. Where's your ball? On your ball. I don't know what you did with it. Yeah, there it is. That's a good girl. Good girl. That's a good girl. Your mommy's good girl? Or your mama's pain in the butt? Hmm. Okay. Good girl. You're getting good at fetching. I should never get the concept. Okay, now what we're going to do is I've got this all pressed out and we're going to sew this to the top right here. So let's get started. Let's see. Katie, I may have deleted the poll. I was trying to get off the chat. No, wait, what? Really? No, it's still there. At least I think it is. Let me refresh this screen. Hopefully I won't crash everything when I do it. All right, let me refresh the chat. Yep, it's still there. You are lucky it's still there. Yep. I don't know if you can actually stop the poll or not. Because I know you're a moderator. Yeah, it's still there. Yep, it's there. Hey, Sandra or Sandy, how you doing? She says, I had already done it. Okay, thank you. Hi, Quiltanon, how are you? Thank you for coming in tonight. Yep, it's still there. I'm not sure if moderators can shut it down or not, actually. Well, I think maybe if I set you to have the same power as Sean and Nikolai have what they call a is something moderator. It's a different kind of moderator than all of the rest of my moderators. So they can actually do other things that regular moderators can't do. And the only reason I have to have Nikolai and Sean on there is so that if something happens to me, someone can, or if I get into trouble and can't fix something, they can go in and try to fix it. It's like a backup person. Janice says, this weekend I'm going to try to learn how to use my new to me featherweight my husband got me for Veterans Day. Oh, that is so cool. Yeah, it gives admin stuff. Right, Rita, that's right. It does. So Sean and my husband have those access. Sean has access because he knows everything about YouTube just about. When I was having that trouble with that El Creepo that was harassing us for a while and wouldn't go away, and no matter what we did, he kept coming back multiple times. Sean, because I set him to the type of moderator he is, he was able to get rid of him completely. Because sometimes they just keep, this person came back with 10 different names. So I don't know how you can set up that many accounts and change over to each one so fast, but I guess you can. Or you can have a computer where you can have all of them up. Because there's that. But it reminded me of my IRC days. I told Nikolai, I said, don't this remind you of the IRC days? He's like, yep. Trollers coming in to flood everybody off the chat. or come in and mess with the girls. You always knew they were a troll because the first thing off their fingers was age, sex, and location. Instead of saying, hi, how you doing? I'm so and so, and you know, I'm blah blah blah. He just says with the use of bots. And Quiltanon says lurking as always. And that is who you had in here yesterday. Yeah, I was thinking it was a troll. I thought it was actually I think it was a kid. Still a troll, but I believe it was a kid because only kids call women ladies. Hi, lady. My son used to do that sometimes. He would say, lady, what are you doing? And I'm like, Thomas, that's really rude. When he was a young kid, he would do that. Sherry, I watched your I watched your replay of your live from Tuesday. I'm sorry I missed your live. I got sidetracked on the telephone and I ended up missing most of the lives. I had to go back. I went back and rewatched it. So I never got a chance to say hi while I was watching because I was on the phone talking to someone. That little tree is so cute. I want to make it. Did you have to have a Dresden plate or Dresden ruler for it, or did you just use a template? Because I didn't see the part where you cut it out because I was distracted. She says, Rita, well, okay, I am going to attempt going to the store. Be careful. What are you going to go get at the store, if I might be so nosy and ask? More fabric, maybe? Oh, is there anybody in this channel that lives in Arizona? Besides Rita? Because I don't think Rita would have sent me a box or a package. Someone from Arizona has sent me a package I got to go pick up at the post up at the store tomorrow. Because when I backtracked the package shipping label, it originated in Arizona. And I've been trying to think for the life of me who might have been sending me something. Because I didn't make an order in Arizona. I think it's an envelope or something. Unless it's Tammy. Could be Tammy. Because no, Tammy lives in Colorado. I think. Oh, you guys, I get all of y'all confused with each other. Because I think I won something from, no, because she sent that to New York actually. So it couldn't be Tammy either. Tiffany? Tiffany and Laura Sup. Maybe Laura. Oh, okay. Definitely wouldn't have been Tiffany because I haven't won anything from her. That leaves Laura. Because I've been racking my brains trying to think, well, who in Arizona would have sent me something? I don't get much snail mail. We are about to have this block completed. Okay, I'm going to have a quick look at it and then we'll press it. Well, that's way off right there. Wow. That makes totally no sense. Okay. This one's going to require a little bit fixing, but here it is. I found a error, but it's good. Here's the next block. So we have 3 of these now done. So I need to make one more so that I can sew all 4 of these together, and then we'll have the next quadrant done, which will be great. And then we'll see how this starts progressing size-wise. Because I'm going to go, I think I've decided that I want to do, right now I think I'm going to run this about 4 blocks across the top to start with, to see how wide the quilt top gets. And then I'll determine on if I want to add one more block, one more row block, one single block to make it a 5, or I may do a 6. I haven't decided yet, but yep, these are all of them, all done. And I think one more time we'll talk about what I'm going to do the next couple of days. Actually, we have a lot. I have 3 days of lives in a row. I have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I'll explain why here in a minute. So this week, tomorrow, we are going to work on the 1,000 block, block number 22. And it is going to be the Northern Flare block, because that was ranked number 2 in the voting. And I have to cover up these measurements. Sorry, guys. So that I can show you. I want to show you the side part of this, and I have to cover this up first. Okay. All right. Let me see here. I think I'm going to sit this on the other camera. So this is the block. Now we're going to be, this block consists of rectangles with stitch and flips. And then down here we have 2 half triangles. You'll end up with 4 of these half triangles where you're going to sew this unit 3, which is this one right here. And then you're going to have to trim it off. So, and this is what the layout looks like. So that's for tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon. And then on, so that's block number 22, and that is on page 289, no, 288, and it's block number 562. On Saturday, I will be working on my dragon fruit again. I don't know. I'm not sure who will come, and maybe there'll be someone who will come sew with me. I'm not sure. I don't have anyone written down yet for that. Sunday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll be Danny, Myra, and me, but I need to get in touch with Myra to see if she's going to come. As y'all know, she lost her mother a week ago. I think they had funeral services on the 12th, I believe, which was Wednesday. I will see if I can't. I'm probably going to call her on the phone and check on her. And if she can't make it, then it'll be me and Danny doing the Peace of Mind Mending Pieces live. That's our once a month get together to talk about mental health and things like that. And then I'm doing a pre-record, y'all. I'm so excited about this. Me and Zaza, who lives in Scotland, are going to do a pre-recorded podcast interview together, and then I'll let you know when we do the premiere for that. And then Andy from Crafty Witch 2232 will be sewing with me on her sewing machine with me on that Thursday the 20th, and then I'll catch you up with everything that's going on after that. So that's what my next few days are going to look like. We're slowly moving along to Thanksgiving, and I think I know what I'm going to do on Thanksgiving for my live. I might go live a little earlier and run longer because I'm going to quilt. Where did I lay it at? Hang on a minute. Let me go get it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spend that Thursday. I may not get it all the way quilted on Thursday, but we will try. And if I don't, then what I'll do is I'll do it while I'm watching someone else's live. But this is the back of the project that I'll be quilting. And then let me show you the front. This is the front. And here's the front. So that's what I'll be doing on Thanksgiving Day. I'll be quilting that because I think that would be a good relaxing project, and I can run it for several hours so people can come in and say hi and sit a while, because I don't really expect to have a lot of people hanging out since everybody will be doing family oriented things. But if they have time, they can drop in and hang about for a little bit. And yeah, you know, do whatever. I want to get that Farmer's Wife 1930 sampler book too, Jaja. I've been looking into it. Also, I want to bounce something off you guys. Most of you have really enjoyed me doing this so long, this tutorial with all these blocks. So I can either continue on and do another year's worth of blocks to make a new quilt and continue teaching these blocks, and I'll probably make a poll about it, or I can go through my books and see if I can find another book where I can pull blocks from it and do that. Because I think this has been a lot of it's been fun. It's been a really great skill builder. And I think that you know, several have bought the book, and I don't know, maybe we continue on and pull some more blocks out of there, and maybe we can add a few more different media into the block or into the sew along. Like maybe I could pull some blocks that are full paper piecing to rotate out with piecing, and then maybe even do a mixed media. The only one I'm kind of really don't know if I want to try doing is applique, because I've never done applique. But in this book, there is an entire section of applique blocks. So I think I'll bounce that off y'all in a poll and see what kind of feedback I get on that. Um, I am going to go through my books and see if there's another book that I could pull blocks from where it's just nothing but blocks, and we can do some kind of sew along with that. Or I'll go online and see if I can find some freebie pattern blocks where it's just one website full of free blocks, and maybe we can make a sew along out of that where everybody can won't have to spend money to buy the book. They can just download the freebie blocks and we can make the blocks together as a sew along throughout the whole year. So I will I'll be brainstorming several little ideas, and then I'll knock it down to like three or something, two or three, and I'll make a post and see what kind of feedback I get from all of you about that. And also don't forget that I am going to be doing a collab with Shonda that will start in the first week. I think the first Friday in March. We are going to be participating in the Socialites 3 that Fat Quarter Shop's doing, which is free. And the reason we're going to move it to the first Friday in March is because we're going to be doing ours. The plan is we're going to be doing, how did we decide to do that? We're going to do it so that our collab is once a month or twice, or no, I think we're going to do it twice a month. And so we're technically going to do 4 blocks a month because Socialites is every week. But we're not going to sew 4 blocks. We're not going to sew every week with a block. What we're going to do is we're going to make 1 block at home and 1, or, off camera, and we're going to do 1 on a live, and we're going to do it together. And she'll make during that first, and so we'll choose the first week, which is, we'll do week 1 and week 2 as 1 live, and then we'll do week 3, week 4 as 1 live. I hope that makes sense. We'll when I get it all ironed out to explain it better, I'll let you know on that. So that's something that's for next year. December, we're going to continue on with what we're doing now, and then in January is where we're going to try to start wrapping up some of the projects, like my Star Climber, my Stitch It probably will start wrapping up for that too. The channel sew along will finish the second week or third week in February. So we have plenty of time to still continue on with all these long things we're doing. Okay, let's talk about the poll. And then I'll mention what y'all talked about in the chat. Okay, what is the meaning of catharsis? Option 1 was frustration, which got no votes. Keep composure got 12% votes. Emotional release was 73%. And being restricted was 15%. The answer was emotional release. Good job, y'all. Andrea says, I do not want to buy another book. Yeah, that's why I'm going to, I know there's a couple websites. I can't think of what the name of the one website is that there's nothing but blocks on it that are free. So I'm thinking I want to go over there and have a look around that website. And if it looks like if it fits in within the realm of things, we could do that. But we could still also work out the book too. I'm not trying to get everybody to buy books. That's not why I did this. It's just that I happen to have this book. I bought a lot of books. I'm a book person, and so I have a lot of quilting books in there, and I just wanted to make blocks from that book, and it turned out some bought the book. All right. Anyone have any questions they want to ask me? Let me know now, because I think I'm going to end this live. Let me know if you have any other comments you want to make. I really appreciate all of y'all hanging with me tonight, too. It means a whole lot to me. Same time tomorrow. Yes, definitely. Same time. And bring some sewing or some crafting or whatever you want to bring. Or if you just want to chill and watch, that's fine too. All right. So remember to live, laugh, love, and dream. What do you do with that? You make something creative that you love. Good night, everyone. Uh-oh, where'd my screen go? Oh, there it is. All right. We are now off.